G'day.
Hello there.
I'm Aussie Robbo.
I'm English Gent, and today is our final full day in the Disney parks. It's actually a bonus day. If you've seen previous episodes, then you'll know that we had an extended holiday, and we are basically here for another 24 hours before we have to head back to London. It just happens that today, luckily for me, because I'm obsessed, it's EPCOT's 40th anniversary, and it's a one-day celebration, but there's loads of merch. We're going to head there and then probably do a couple of parks in one day.
So they're playing some of the old music, if you can hear it. Really cool. I can remember hearing this in like the 80s when I was first here. Well, when I first heard about EPCOT. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is 9 o'clock in the morning. I am on the Skyliner on the way to EPCOT. Darren is already there. He left early because he wanted to see if he can try and get in the shops, but apparently the queues or the lines are 3 hours long.
So I've got in the queue for the creation shop for the 40th merch. Don't know how long they'll last in this. It goes all the way from creations all the way around to the seas and beyond.
So as I was saying, Darren is in the Connections Cafe. He was trying to get into creations, but the line was very long. Apparently it was about 3 hours, and it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. So he gave up on that. So I'm on my way to meet him, and we have a pass for Guardians of the Galaxy, which is I believe between 10 and 11 o'clock, so I'm not sure what we're going to do for the rest of the day. We've did EPCOT yesterday, so I'm not sure how much more there is from us to see or that we want to get done. This is our final day of the trip, second final day of the trip, as the first final day of the trip turned into an extension.
We are on our way.
It's kind of funny she just said check your passports, because hopefully we will be using our passports tomorrow and flying home. It's amazing, it's great to be on holiday, but once you kind of overstay that length, things come into play, things back home that you need to get done, budgets, you've only budgeted for a certain amount of time and a certain amount of spending. I mean, we're all fine and, verging of taking care of most of it eventually. I'm ready to head back and get back to normality. So I'm just on my way to meet Darren for breakfast. He is already ordering something for me. He was in the line for the creation shop, but the line is supposedly 3 hours long, as I said just earlier. And I can just see it now, and it's kind of going round the billboard. I'm not sure how much farther it goes, but it looks pretty ridiculous. I guess people are standing in line for the 40th merch. So to go to creation shop when you're coming from the entrance, you normally go left, but at the moment you have to go right on this Saturday, because basically there is a massive, probably 5-hour wait, I'd probably guess by now. But yeah, it's all the way over by Nemo and Friends is where the line apparently ends.
So we didn't go into. I definitely did not want to queue for 3 to 5 hours for the Creations store, but I'm quite happy because you get a commemorative guide, which is quite pretty inside. It's got all the little bits about it, and also when you're leaving, you get a commemorative one-day only poster. So like basically like this. So probably grab one of those when we leave. But now we have got a slot for Guardians of the Galaxy. So we're going to head over there for our last trip into space.
So Darren, we just did Guardians for the last time.
Yeah, for the very last time until our next trip, whenever that may be. We decided to go for number 9 because we haven't done that since the beginning of the trip.
First ride, yeah.
Yeah, I found it more not spinny, but like it left me dizzier, shall we say?
Yeah, I didn't feel that bad that time. I felt like I noticed the whiter planet more when we were going around. The moon, maybe. It wasn't the moon.
What's the moon?
I think so.
It's the moon and the Earth. When you get to, so I would say the highlight part for me, when it really speeds up and kicks in, is towards the end, as you just go past the end, when you're just about to leave the moon, sort of going around the circle of the moon.
Right.
That definitely where it like takes you and it makes you kind of go woo.
So we got Disco Inferno, which is a relief because we didn't want Blondie again.
Didn't want Blondie, didn't want Flock of Eagles because we've had enough of both those.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I guess it's going to be one of those things where Tears for Fears will be the bucket list tick item for the future on that ride.
Someday, unless they lose rights and we never get to.
Possibly.
Just that tip is always remember to stay to the right as you're going in the ride.
Yeah.
Because that gets you in sooner. Obviously, loads of people do it now anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, we definitely noticed because we were at the back of the sort of pre-ride room where they do the introduction, where you sort of start watching the pre-show, and you definitely notice a difference now where lots of people are shifting towards that right-hand side in preparation, and that works for both rooms. So right-hand side for both rooms makes it a lot easier, a lot quicker to get on the ride.
But where should we head to now?
We're going to do, well, it's the 40th anniversary of EPCOT, so let's go and visit the dragon himself, Figment.
Right, Darren, we just got off
Journey into Imagination.
Yes, we did, yes. And how was it for you?
As much as I love Figment, I need to change. I need that movie, that new movie that's been announced. I need that to come out as quickly as possible.
The movie was literally announced yesterday, I think. Yes.
So I would like that to happen as soon as possible so they can refresh it, get someone else in, update the videos.
I didn't notice the videos, especially towards the end, were really
bad.
Unsaturated and lacked vibrancy.
Yeah.
For such a vibrant ride. And then I've never heard so much of that song at the end because normally we fly through the end, but this time I guess they were having problems with the ride and it slowed right down and stopped for a while. So
we got to take in all the details. There are actually details that I'd never seen before, some things I noticed. Yeah,
and parts of the song I'd never heard before and things like that. Yeah,
don't want to hear them again. But no, I love Figment, but it needs a refresh. That whole sub area needs like a oomph. It could be a really good tapped in piece of EPCOT, and it could do the whole retro thing and be modern as well. So fingers crossed they do that. But now I think we're calling it a day. The queue for EPCOT merchandise has actually got, I'd say, a third shorter. But I'm still not tempted. It's still too.
You are tempted?
No, I'm not. No. We can go back. We're going to do some packing and then maybe do some park hopping later on.
Yeah. So I guess you'll find out
if we park hop now. China.
So Dan, what did you get?
Well, we did get some freebies. So we obviously got the guide, but we also got free embossed sort of not plush. What's the word I'm looking for? Glossy posters. Yep, very glossy. Seriously, smells. But yes, that's nice little cubes. You get one each when you're leaving, so not the most imaginative. I think I prefer the merch and the vibe that they gave out for the 35th anniversary, with all the oranges and the sort of retro vibe. This one, they seem to have just gone for this purpley blue thing with a little bit of red. But hey, we're here, and that's what matters.
So Darren,
yes.
Cut to a couple hours later.
Yeah.
We're back to the room.
Yeah.
I've had a little nap. You've done a little packing.
I've done all my packing mostly, which is amazing.
And now we are headed back to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, we're going to so we're in EPCOT earlier on. We're using the park hopper, which we haven't used that much, if at all, this holiday. So yeah, we're going to do a few hours, get some lunch, and then I might even, if I've got the energy still, I might even return to EPCOT to see it being all pretty at night. EPCOT is beautiful at night to walk around. I really enjoy it. A lot of drunken people, but it's a big enough sort of park to sort of find your own little spaces. And I might try and get into the creations shop. Who knows? We'll see. But
in just a few moments, we will be arriving at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. All passengers must disembark or transfer at this station. We hope you enjoyed your journey, and thank you for flying the Disney Skyliner.
No, thank you. One thing with Park Hopper and Genie Plus means you can still use Genie Plus and you can book ahead. So about an hour ago, I looked onto the tip board on my Disney app, the Disney World app, and there was some good times for one of our favourites, Tower of Terror. Rob hasn't been on it for a while, so I'm going to drag him on that for a last time. So for lunch, we've actually gone to Toronto Roasters. We actually caught it before it closes for the first time, I think, this trip, or even last trip. So I've just gone for a Ronto wrap. which is basically a slice of pork with sausage and then like a coleslaw that's on top. This is only my second one I think I've had while I'm here. Probably because the first one I had wasn't that exciting, so...
The first one we picked up at Ronto Roasters since 2019, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, it will be. And then I've decided to go for, which looks very plain, very, very plain, is the Tatooine Sunset, which I'm kind of hoping is similar to what we used to have. But
Not the most exciting cups, is it really?
no, to me they could have just done with clear ones, but I get the impression they don't have clear cups. So.
Show them the video that Chris
That's the Ronto wrap I remember and adore. 5 Kenobis. That's about $2 more than like a large Coke. It's refreshing, but it does basically taste like a bit, you know, like if you have like a watermelon drink where it doesn't really taste as much. It's kind of like a light fruit. So we've seen Chewbacca twice now today, and it just goes to show that Walt Disney World's Galaxy's Edge really needs characters, because as soon as he walks into an area, him and Ray and Vi, it was just electric. People, the energy just went up. And they should have more of that, and it's just daft that they don't. I want one.
We just got off Rise of Resistance for the very last time this trip. How was it for you?
Well, I've done it multiple times. I've rised the Resistance many times this trip. Yeah, it was a good one again. Everything was working. Good bunch of people were with as well, which are really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Makes all the difference.
I felt like I was looking at the screens more, like the projection screens more, and they were very clear.
Yeah, very detailed.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of depth going in there as well.
They do that really good. They use that technology where the screen moves
technology, yeah?
with you. Yeah, like on
technology.
like on the Guardians
technology like those
Escape
TVs.
one in California. Shut your face.
I also feel like, I mean, you were saying that the Figment could use a makeover. It could use a Rise of Resistance makeover.
Yes, Rise of Figment. It's like, yeah, using some of that trackless kind of vibe going on and a little bit of fun. Using audio, spatial awareness. Yeah, it'd be cool. Do
I
it,
don't think
Disney.
they'll spend that much money on it.
Do
Anyway.
it, Disney. Well, unless the film does really well, then they will.
Yeah, but very enjoyable last ride on Rise of Resistance.
And now for another last ride, which will be
Tower of Terror?
Tower of Terror. Yeah, let's go.
I don't know.
That was a nice little interaction, I thought. It's fun when they still... that's one of the things about the pandemic I quite like. It's that sort of... what was left of that.
Right.
Of them just hanging out and just being silly.
Just like you.
Yeah. Trying to be.
just got off the Tower of Terror. How terrifying was it for you?
It was actually an absolute laugh fest. So I had a really lovely lady. In case you ever watch this, thank you. You made my day. She spent the first 2 drops holding my hand randomly, grabbing it like. And then when I had my hands up, she was grabbing my knee instead. But then she apologised afterwards.
So you made a new friend?
Made a new friend. She was a really lovely lady, and she apologised, and I was like, no apologies needed. You made my ride. That was actually one of the better rides I've been on that one. Had bigger drops.
I felt like we got a lot of airtime when we were doing the airtime.
Yeah. We went right down to the bottom, right back up to the top. It felt like a few good handful of times.
Right.
Because you could see the light coming in all the time, which normally you don't. Awesome. Really good way to finish off Hollywood Studios time, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, guys.
The shirt was awesome. Very Hawaii.
There we go.
Thanks, Scoop.
Good job, Max.
So what are we going to do now?
I don't know, what are we going to do now?
I think we'll get a couple of photos, PhotoPass photos, and then get back to the room. I might nip off somewhere else, maybe.
Well, you're really doing some travelling today, aren't you?
I'm all over the place. Maybe the world. But yeah, we're going to head back to the resort, and then I'm going to head off to EPCOT and see if I can catch some beautiful pretties before the end of the holiday.
So what you get, Darren?
A premium ice cream sandwich.
First one on the trip, is it?
Only one on the trip. Will I get one myself later on when I'm on my own?
Well, how did you get that one?
Robert bought it for me, and
Oh,
I'm
that was
very
very nice of
grateful.
him, wasn't it? That was very, very nice of him. Oh, he's so nice to you, isn't he?
Is Robert going to claim it back off Virgin?
I don't know that he gave me a receipt, actually. If he did, though, I certainly will.
So Rob's gone back to finish packing and have a relax. And I am here to see some music. And 40th anniversary stuff. Let's do this! So when I said I wasn't going to go into the creation shop, I lied. I just thought I'd hold out, and now the queue is about half the length. So before it was going from all the way over there in the seas. Now, about halfway, it's just around the corner. Whether there'll be anything left worth getting, I don't know, but it's worth trying in there. Let's head over there. So from the mac and cheese stand, I have bought the mac and chili cheese. It's kind of small, but it looks really, really nice. It's got like sort of a crisp sort of top, and then the chili, some cheese, and a little dab of sour cream, and the macaroni underneath. So let's give it a try. Here we go. I've tried to get a bit of everything. That's good. That's real good. I'm going to give that 4 Kenobis. Looking forward to finishing this. So, like we said before, this is the final night. I don't know whether we're going to get a chance to go into the park tomorrow because we don't know what time we're supposed to be getting the Mears coach back to the airport because they haven't given us a time. But we've had the chance to meet some amazing people while on this vacation, and 2 of them we finally got to meet tonight, and I've just waved to them, and it's Natalie and Robert from the Johnsons. So what we're going to do is we're going to meet up with them in Mexico, and we're going to have a couple of margaritas, cheeky margaritas. I think they're going to go on 3 Caballeros. We might be able to join them at some point, hopefully, and then maybe even Remy's adventure in Paris, Ratatouille. Rob's had a bit of a break. He's been to the pool. He's going to come back and meet us because let's not waste a sunset. And it is a beautiful evening tonight. If you can see behind, I keep hoping that the monorail is going to come past, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. It was quite regular earlier on, but sadly not tonight. Not tonight. But yeah, it's been a really beautiful day today. We would have loved it if the whole 2 and a bit weeks were like this, because the humidity's been really low. There's been no rain. It's just been a beautiful, beautiful day, and the same goes for yesterday as well. So that's something to consider at this time of year. It can be really nice. However, there is the chance of storms, and by storms we mean storms. Obviously we had Hurricane Ian, which is an extreme, but there is still a chance of happening. It happens every few years, and it can put a huge dent on both your wallet and your plans. But yeah, so hopefully tonight we're going to end up having a lovely evening, and if we're still here then we should be able to catch Harmonious. It is the 40th. I'm kind of hoping they'll do something special for the 40th, but I've got a feeling they're not. They've got the screens on there which have EPCOT 40, but yeah, I've got a feeling it's not going to be anything special, which is a missed opportunity. But at least I've got some merch, and I'm really happy about that, because I didn't think, I thought, when I came here at like about 8:30 this morning and saw the queue, I thought I can't queue for 3 hours, not with my legs. I ended up queuing for about 25-30 minutes, if that, and the shop was packed full. It basically got everything still. I got everything I wanted. I only picked 3 or 4 items, like some pins and a jacket top. And yeah, I'm really pleased that I managed to come back and do it so quickly, and I've seen some really great people while doing this.
So Dan,
Yes,
cut to 10:30 at night.
on our final night.
What's been happening?
So we, as I said earlier on in the episode, we had the opportunity to meet up with long-time contacts and friends virtually, the Johnson's Adventures,
Then we went over to France and did Remy's Ratatouille.
which was really nice.
How was the ride for you this evening?
It was really nice. It was really nice. It was really nice. It was great because it was nice to go on it with people who have been.
We didn't have the
On
energy
the
vampire
Paris
on the
one.
ride this time that we did like last time.
No. So Natalie and Robert have also been on the one at Paris as well, so it was nice to have people to chat to who can compare it, and they kind of sort of said the same thing as us. It's like it just felt fresher, and you know, like the waterworks worked when it sprays you and all the little surprises. And it's just nice to experience it with people who are already fully aware and weren't just Americans who go, oh, no, I don't want to go on it.
And then it was 10 to 9 by the time we finished the ride. So all the food places were closing in Epcot because obviously it was about to start the Harmonious. So we actually decided to come to the boardwalk to grab some food, and we went to the boardwalk deli. And they were still serving, so we grabbed some food. What did you have?
I had the grilled cheese sandwich with the tomato soup. I'm not a big fan of tomato soup, but I do like the whole idea of grilled cheese being dipped in it. It was nice. So I would give it. It didn't feel like it was the freshest, maybe. I've had better grilled cheese even while we've been here.
The tomato soup was really nice, though.
Tomato soup was nice. I would give it 3.5 Kenobis.
And you did grab a dessert, but you haven't had that.
I haven't had a dessert. I'm saving that for later. So I want something like a midnight snack. But it was nice to just sit there with friends and chat.
Yes.
It's a nice area to sit. It was quiet-ish, apart from the odd group around us. But yeah, it was nice to just sort of sit somewhere and chat, and just talk everything, like Disney or otherwise.
Right. And just for my meal, I had the Italian sub with pepperoni and a range of other meats. I'm not going to go into the full breakdown of the food, but it was very nice. The bread was quite tough, so it was quite tough for me to get through the bread when I was eating it, but the fillings were very nice. And I had the tomato soup as a side with it as well. You get a choice, and I had the tomato soup, which was also, I really enjoyed the soup that came with it. And I also tried the cream puff as a dessert. The cream puff was interesting. It was very big. So the cream inside, it was not fresh cream. I don't know what it was. It was like a gelatinous kind of cream. Had a nice taste, but there was a lot of it, and it, I would give the sub 3.5 shrimps on a barbie, I would say, and the cream puff, 3 shrimps and a barbie. It's nice enough food, and you get a big portion.
Not bad
Yeah,
price.
yeah, not bad price. I paid $20, and I got just over $20, and I got a drink as well. So we're back in the room. It's been a very long day.
Yeah, final night in the room, and we haven't spent much time in here today. It's been a really busy day, but an unplanned day. So it's been EPCOT's 40th anniversary, which has been really good. It's been park hopping to Hollywood Studios. You've had a little bit of a respite and a bit of pool time, and I've gone exploring and buying. I was good. I promise you, I was good for me. And we've met some really amazing people and had some really amazing experiences today, and it makes those kind of special Disney days. Hope you've enjoyed it too. What would be your memory? If you were at the 40th, what was your best part of that day? If you haven't been to the 40th, what is your best memory of EPCOT? And it's 40 years now that it's been standing. We've only lived for a very small part of that, but we'd be interested to know your stories about your favourite sort of memories of EPCOT. Things that have gone now, maybe the way of the dinosaur.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.